Hey, this is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life coming to you today on February 13th, 2025 with the AA word of the day, which for today is we can't think our way sober. To the intellectually self-sufficient man or woman, many AAs can say, yes, we were like you, far too smart for our own good. Secretly, we felt that we could float above the rest of the folks on our brain power alone. And here's the daily reflection commentary. Even the most brilliant mind is no defense against the disease of alcoholism. I can't think my way sober. I try to remember that intelligence is a God-given attribute that I may use. A joy like having a talent for dancing or carpentry. It does not make me a better person than anyone else, and it is not a particularly reliable tool for recovery. For it is a power greater than myself who will restore me to sanity, not a high IQ or a college degree. Well, I think like every fifth of these readings, there's a finger pointing right at me, and this was definitely me. Definitely me. Even before I got an A, even before I knew the sayings, the whole philosophy, I thought every other problem in my life had more or less solved by using my brain, and that's what the nuns had taught me in school. God helps those who help themselves. He gave you a brain for a reason, use it. Of course, then when I used it, they didn't like when I used it because I came up with things that they didn't particularly like, but I made spreadsheets of the different liquor, how I felt with it, how much I thought I could drink of it. I made a list of all things I accomplished during the day, all the things I got done at work, at home, to show that I wasn't one of these alcoholics that didn't do anything, that my life had meaning. And I read so many different articles. Korsakoff syndrome, end stage alcoholism, and I mean, I thought, and I did all the different things like the geographical cure, switching, without knowing what they were, that they had a name in AA. I used to love Southern Comfort. That's what I started on Boone Farm apple wine because it was cheap vodka liquor that a little teenager could afford. But when I had my own separate money, I loved Southern Comfort. And I liked it with pineapple grapefruit juice. And to me, it was just great. But I got the blackouts. And I didn't know there were blackouts. I thought I was passed out, but I wasn't. I was continuing to function, talking to people, doing things, and I just had absolutely no memory at all. In fact, I went down to a beach house in the Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island, and I woke up in somebody's house naked in their closet. How I did that, I don't know. And I never remembered it. Never remembered it. Then one morning I woke up and it popped in my mind that I had done that. And I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know who the people were. It was, and well, of course I was drinking when I did that. And I went to a 30th or 40th reunion, high school reunion at my school. And one of my friends came up and said to me, he said, "You were too funny that time you woke up naked in our closet." My wife was laughing. And so I found out what I had done like 40 years later, because it happened after I graduated from high school. So, all these grand studies and things that I had made, and it was on an old 88 computer, and I remember the spreadsheet was from a software program called First Choice, and it was all for nothing, nothing, and it wasn't, even with all that study and the effort that I put into it. It wasn't until I came into AA that I put the drink down. I put it down the day I came into AA, and this date next month, well, earlier, but a month from now, I'll have 34 years continuous sobriety. So, no matter how smart you are, no matter all these formulas I thought of, it was all to no avail. The only way that I could stay sober is attending meetings, listening to people's experience, strength, and hope, and that's what happened. And that reluctance that I felt was almost like I was giving up on trying to figure it out and caving in to all the pressure that I was getting to go to AA. And I finally went to AA, and I liked what I heard. I liked what I heard the very first beginners meeting I went to. And I stayed, and then I stayed, and now they can't get rid of me. So I like it when my story, my experience, strength, and hope coincides so much with the reading. I'm looking at it and I can see myself pointing at me. That's you, that's you. So God bless. Have a safe and sober Thursday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.